Okay, here we have two duck breasts that have been curing in salt overnight. It's been exactly 24 hours. I put them in the refrigerator at 12:25 a.m. last night, and it's 12:25 a.m. right now. So it's exactly 24 hours. Um, and there's this is sea salt with a mixture of black lava salt as well. So what I have to do now, wait a minute, let me get my vinegar. What I have to do now is what I have to do now is I could rinse the salt off of the duck breast, but I'd rather brush them off with this brush here because I just use the salt to pull the moisture, as much moisture as I could, out of the duck breast. So I don't want to submerge them in water now because I still have another step to go through. I still have to um, let them cure in a cold area for 10 to 14 more days. So let me just go ahead and get started. Sorry for talking so long. You feel a little bit, you definitely feel tougher. I can tell that that's wet. I can tell that it's see what we got up under here. No, I may be forced to rinse this off because I don't think I'm going to be able to brush this stuff off. I'm going to rinse it off. So give me a second. I'm going to rinse it off. Give me just a second here. Let me get straightened out. Give me a second. Okay. I've rinsed the duck breast off. Now I'm going to coat them in a peppercorn mixture. Try to get as many peppercorns on there as I can. After I do this, I'm going to wrap this in cheesecloth, both of them separately. You wrap them in cheesecloth, and then I'll hang them in my refrigerator for 10 to 14 days. I don't have to keep track of the weight. That way I'll know when they're ready. If I'm not mistaken, they have to lose about 30 to 35% of their weight. I have my notes, so I'll check my notes. Sorry, I don't know off the top of my head right now. My stomach's been hurting all day. The other half, I guess I could trim it up a little bit. This was kind of fun so far. So I'm thinking about starting a few more. So just give me a moment to get my cheesecloth and everything together, and then I'll come right back. And thanks for being patient with me. It's late. So here's what I have right now. I've got 2 duck breasts. Um, they've been in a salt cure, a sea salt cure, buried in sea salt for 24 hours to pull the moisture out and kill any bacteria, so on and so forth. And then, man, shoot. Uh, so now I'm to the point where I'm gonna have to wrap these in cheesecloth and hang them in my refrigerator for 10 to 14 days until they're ready to eat. So give me just a moment and I'll show you what it looks like after I wrap them. Okay, here's a step I skipped earlier, so I had to wash all the pepper off of the breast. So this is 25% vinegar. This is gonna maintain my color. Sorry, I don't want it to turn different colors on me, like grayish, loses color. So that's why you dip it in vinegar to change the pH. Okay. Just gonna let it dry for a few minutes. And after it dries again, like I said, I washed the peppercorns off of it, crushed peppercorns. So I'm gonna let it dry for a second, and then I'll reapply the peppercorns, and then I'll move on to my next step, which will be wrapping each breast in cheesecloth that will allow it to get some air and continue the curing process. And then I'll hang them in my refrigerator for, like I said, a week to 10 days. So give me a second, guys. Thanks for being patient again. Okay, here's one piece of cheesecloth here. Put the breast right in there. Make sure it's covered. Some chefs will tell you to wrap it snug. Some will tell you to wrap it loose. So there we go. That's the first one. Still have to tie it up. Let me set it to the side here for a second. Now I have to cut them. Give me a second. Okay, here's the second one here. Lay it like that. Fold it over. Make sure there's no part of it sticking out. Just like if you're wrapping up a baby to go out in the wintertime. Wrap them up pretty good there. So here we go. Again, the only thing I got left to do is wrap these with I don't have butcher's string, so I'm going to use this jute. So give me a moment. Let me get my stuff together here. Hold on. Don't have to tie any fancy knots, as long as it holds. That's good enough right there. I mean, I could tie fancy knots if I want to, but that's all you gotta do. Give me a minute, let me get the other one done. Okay, I didn't do a fancy wrapping job, but the key is just to keep anything away from any insects or whatever away from your whatever you're curing. And I think I did that here. So I just have to hang this and this, both of them, in the refrigerator until they cured. Should take about 7 to 10 days. Excuse me, 10 to 14 days. I'll keep track of the weight, and then when they're ready, it will be within 2 weeks. We'll give it a try. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. Peace.